endlessly searching for an original sound.
Guys, to the side a little bit. I have to push you over to the corners over there. There we go. You can't hear it, but there's really creepy music playing.
Darn.
They're asking how your day was.
My day?
Yeah.
Not bad. I didn't work today, so not bad. I've been doing nothing for like the past week, except for play Samus Returns.
Is it fun?
It's fantastic.
I need to get a bunch of 3DS games when I go into surgery in November.
Well, it's like, I've been waiting for like 10 years for a good Metroid game to come out again. Because I feel like I've been starved on it, and then this comes out, and I'm like, I'm going to 100% the game, I'm going to learn how to speedrun it, I'm going to go all out with this. It's such a good game.
Did you get the special edition?
No.
What's wrong with you?
They were all out.
Oh.
So, didn't get the special edition. Although, a friend of mine did, and he told me he would grab the soundtrack and get it in a boombox and start playing it outside my house. At first, I thought I'd be jealous, but then I told him I loved him. So we're good.
That would be a good thing to wake up to.
Oh yes. Not
So
beautiful soundtrack.
Sorry. So I guess you get to pick which you want to do.
Okay, right. Okay. So were we Oh, that's right. Okay, we were going to go and either do research on how we can help Lizzie, go talk to a pharmacist, or talk to Mrs. Smith about how to help Lizzie. So, I think the best option is to not get anywhere near Mrs. Smith.
And thank you to whoever just subscribed. I should probably put that up on my end. So I'm sorry, what was your choice?
Let's go talk. Let's go research in the library. Let's just do that. Stopping by the library, John did his best to research possible medications among the books, even asking the librarians for help. It felt really ineffectual. He wished there was a better way to get information, but there weren't a lot of options. In one of his classes, they claimed that computers would eventually make things easier, but their school couldn't afford any.
Oh, so this is like in the 90s.
Sounds like it. One of the few things he could do was skim through various books about mental illness for reference to symptoms like Lizzie. Her case sounded much worse than anything he'd read about. All the articles suggested that most mentally ill people were non-violent, but he knew that wasn't true of Lizzie. Though there wasn't a lot of current information about Koitek, he did find some. There were crackpots who felt their medicine was ineffective. Even Paxitine had critics who felt it was being rushed to the market. Which it is.
Yeah, it does seem like it is.
John forced himself to stop reading about that, since it just made him feel worse. Instead, he focused on selecting potential drugs for Lizzie.
That's probably not a good idea for you to do.
Not at all.
You're gonna make things
Two showed up as potential candidates. Yondaquil and Nizoline. Nilazine.
Nizine.
Nihilazine. I'm going to go with that. Nihilazine. According to the studies, Nihilazine calmed people down but tended to flatten emotions, which a lot of patients hated. By contrast, Yandaquil had better reviews, other than nausea as a side effect. They seemed to do a good job of calming violent people.
Yeah, that seemed like the better one. Wait. Yondaquil? Yandere? Oh. Didn't even hide that one, did you, creator?
I didn't even notice. Good eye. Whether either of the drugs would be right for Lizzie, that was an entirely different question. Stepping out onto the street, John glanced at his watch and decided he had some more time to research his options. Do we get to pick another option? Oh, yes, we do. Okay. So now we can go talk to a pharmacist, but we already have the information about the drugs that we...
Maybe
So
we should
how
save
about...
it just in case. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Hold on one moment. She's tangled up in the wires. Miko, do you need my help? Completely ignore me for her toy. Okay, so which one should we do?
I would say... Let's talk to Lizzie. Let's get information about her.
Oh, damn it, why?
Well, we need to know all of her stuff so that we don't give her medicine that kills her. And then John walked along the street until
that would solve the problem we're having.
I guess that is true, but we would go shortly after. John walked along the street until he was sure that Lizzie was slinking after him. He turned and waved to her. She waved back.
Hi! I'm gonna try my best. Hi, John! Did you change your mind? Can we go home together? I knew you!
No, I just wanted to check with you. Are you taking any medication right now? Have you had any bad reactions in the past?
Oh no, I've never taken anything. My mother always took too many drugs. It scared me when I was little.
I see. Are you sure you're really alright taking medication now, then?
Aw, John is so considerate. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I see you take your medicine every day to try to get better. I want to be like you. You know, when I look in your window of your bathroom while you're showering.
Right. Okay. Good. I think. I hope it will help.
I'll take anything you give me, John. Get the rat poison.
Well, I mean, do you think she would be concerned if we gave her cyanide?
I don't think she would notice, honestly. As long as you're giving it to her.
It was getting late, and John realized he needed to get home quickly if he wanted to have time for his homework. On his way back, he was sure that Lizzie was following him, but he couldn't get a clear look at her. At least, it was only one more day until the weekend.
And then she'd be at his window every day, scratching it like a cat.
Friday passed faster than John had expected. Lizzie was nearby at all times. They ate lunch together, but things were almost normal. Almost. Just when he started to get comfortable, she would give a giggle that went a little too long, or slide a hand toward where she hid her knife, or respond far more enthusiastically than she should.
That was my best giggle I can give.
Was it bad of him to think she was really cute despite all that? She could be nice if she wasn't so... well...
Dude will buy you a hooker. Anything but the psycho chick. Don't put your dick in crazy.
You can always buy a hooker. You can't always buy your life back.
This is true.
But John hated it when his friend suggested he could be fun if he wasn't depressed, and that thought left an ugly knot in his stomach.
Alright, does his friends know he's supposed to be... It's manic depressant, but what do they call it that we couldn't stop laughing?
High functioning depression. Right. That.
Which I've never heard of that.
High functioning depression.
I mean, if his friends knew that, then that they're being a dick for saying something like that. Because I've had depressed friends, and like I would never think of saying that kind of shit. But at the same time, high functioning depression.
I'm just gonna point this out. Our friends are not very good.
No.
No friend in this game has been a real friend so far.
The chick from Shark Dating Sim was a lot better than our friends in this.
That is funny because it's true. Well, it wasn't long now. Maybe she could get some real help.
It's called cyanide, like you said before.
I got you some real help, Lizzie. Just take this medicine. It's called cyanide.
Comes from apples.
He made it through his last class. almost slept through his session with Mrs. Smith, then headed home.
It bugs me how they have the name Smith spelled. I've never seen it spelled like that.
It's edgy and cool.
There's not enough Z's at the end.
Smith's. John finished his homework and chores as fast as he could and went to sleep. Going out in public always drained him, and he wanted to have enough energy for the weekend.
Well, that's what it's like when you're high-functioning. I mean, high-functioning depression. Seriously, has anyone else ever heard that term?
No. I didn't even know it was a real thing. Is it a real thing? I'm going to Google it.
Yeah, because I've heard, like, manic depressant and just depression, but that's not one I've ever heard.
Apparently it is.
Hmm.
High-functioning depression looks a lot like chronic low-level depression and can last around 5 years in adults or 1 to 2 years in children and teens.
Huh. Just
Interesting.
So weird. I guess people just call it depression then. Or life.
I'd call it life. That's good enough for me.
Yep.
He woke up too early. Eyes gritty and head still mired in half-remembered dreams. John got up to get a drink and happened to glance out the window.
I looked at the chat. I shouldn't have looked at the chat.
Happened to glance out the window. Hey, chat, you're the window.
Technically, they are.
Lizzie was standing outside his house in the chat with a huge smile on her.
Oh God, I was kidding about that.
After staring at her for a moment, John groaned and went back to bed.
You know, I'm actually kind of pissed off they didn't show it on screen, because that would be a really good creepy image. He went back to bed with her just at the window?
Okay, imagine this. You go through life, every day in your life is just really, really terrible. You have terrible friends, you're living in a world that's pretty... And you wake up like half asleep and you're like, ugh, man, I do not want to deal with today. You look out the window. There's that stalker chick who's been stalking you. Yeah, no, I'd be like, I'm going back to bed. I've had enough of that.
Fuck this shit. What are you doing, Miko?
Oh, you skipped one.
Oh, sorry. I can go back.
The second time he woke up, the sun had already risen. He felt a little better, but not much. Normally he would stay at home all weekend, but he couldn't do that if he wanted to help Lizzie. She was still standing outside his house, in exactly the same place, with exactly the same cheerful expression.
Oh God, kill it!
John brushed his teeth, got dressed, combed his hair. He realized that he was acting like he was getting ready for a date.
Well, I mean, you're going out to hang out with someone. Are you saying you don't want to brush your teeth and get dressed?
Oh, guess not. Is that how he acts with his friends? That he just goes outside with terrible teeth and like his underwear is... No wonder his friends are so mean to him. What a dork.
Is his name Ross?
No, then he'd be crapping his pants. Well, he wondered how intense she'd be if he had accepted her confession. Or was she worse this way? Well, at least he was going to go out with a cute girl.
You better drop that wire or you're gonna get your ass kicked.
You hear that, Lizzie? He hadn't done that since middle.
Muted.
And those were childish...
No.
No, we're not gonna stick our penis in crazy. I'm sorry, Spaghetti. It's not
dick
gonna
and
happen.
crazy.
I mean, well, maybe it will happen. I don't know. Maybe it'll be entertaining. We'll see.
That's not gonna end up getting us killed, nope.
You know what? It's a video game. I've died in video games before.
We have
It'll
respawn,
be
we'll be fine.
Of course, this was the only way he could get to a date. Pathetic.
Actually, yeah, that is kind of pathetic.
She is kind of cute, though.
You would stick your dick in crazy.
Mm-mm. Look, man. I can see a puppy and say it's cute without sticking my penis in it. I'm just pointing that out.
I would hope so, otherwise Miko's gonna go in her kennel and away from you. She looked up at me from chewing on her keys like, what?
Finishing his preparation, John headed outside. He hadn't noticed from his house, but Lizzie had gotten dressed up for the occasion. He'd never seen her outside her school uniform, and it made him hesitate for a moment.
Why? She doesn't look any different.
But she's a girl, and she has a different clothes on.
Oh, I know. You never see girls in more than one outfit. At least not in an anime, anyway.
She'd obviously put effort into making herself look good, and she did. It would have been nice, if not for how it made him worry about the level of importance she was attaching to the day.
Oh, come on! That's not even trying to get dressed up. It's just a blouse. Oh, for fuck's sake, guys are terrible at this.
As soon as Lizzie saw him, her smile became even brighter than it had been while waiting.
Please make it the creepy smile. Come on, change the picture to the creepy smile. Fine. John, I'm here! Or I'm ready. Fuck! Either one.
No, we can't do that yet. This is the first date.
I've been here for hours waiting.
Good morning, Lizzie. Did you sleep all right?
Yeah, your lawn was really comfortable, if they really make that joke. Oh, I didn't sleep. Let's go. Oh, God.
Right.
Yeah. Still think she's cute?
She,
Kind of a hard decision there?
I can't say.
Yes.
She practically dragged him down the street, apparently headed for the bus station. Yet instead of looking forward, her gaze was fixed behind her on him.
Please tell me she walks into a light pole. That would be beautiful.
This is too serious a game for that.
Do you have a plan, John? This is our first date. It needs to be perfect. Oh, dude, get the cyanide.
I don't remember this being a date. Crud. He should have known she'd treat it this way. It wasn't like he hadn't had enough time. He used to be good at planning. What was wrong with him?
I wonder if you ever get the choice to take the pill or not take the pill, because I'm pretty sure he's going to get better if he stops taking the pill.
Red pill or blue pill? Take your pick. Other than clinical depression.
See, that's what I've heard it be called.
God, he was such a mess. Alright, he had to think. He used to be able to think on his feet. He could do this. So, I want to deal with the medication issue first, so the rest of the day can be fun, alright?
Sure, whatever you want. Wait. If he's the one that's supposed to be telling, supposed to be picking where they go, she's leading him, so that doesn't exactly work.
No, it's okay. That's just how the game is. It's how she is. It's fine. Hey, John, pick where we're going as I'm dragging you to the bus station. If we get a blood test, we'll need to wait a while. I was thinking we could get the test first, then eat breakfast, then get results. That should give us the entire rest of the day.
Wait, what would a blood test prove?
Well, it would tell us what kind of blood she has, as well as if she's on any drugs that she's not telling us about. Be nice.
That's true. Although, it's actually really hard to get a blood test now that actually tells you what type of blood you are.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, I was supposed to get one for my upcoming surgery, and they said they had to special order it.
Wow. That's interesting.
It's weird. That's such a great plan! Let's hurry! She does not care what you do to her.
Well, as long as it's us, right?
If she's on some kind of drugs, I kinda wanna know which one.
John was glad to hear her respond so happily, but wondered if she would have said that no matter what he told her. They took a bus across the town to the furthest pharmacy and ordered a standard Koitek sampling.
You can order samplings? What?
I guess so. It's a standard. I mean, it's not special.
That's weird.
He'd been nervous that Lizzie might react poorly to the needle, but she just smiled sweetly at him while they took a bit of her blood. Then hopped back up.
That is a weird pharmacy.
It's fantasy.
Yeah, I know. Look! The Band-Aid has little kitties on it! It's so cute! Sorry.
You want to eat something now, then?
Hi, what are you doing? Here, your keys are right here. You didn't lose them, honey. Calm down. Yes!
They walked to a nearby bakery. He bought them a pair of pastries. One of the only advantages of his workaholic father was that at least he had a decent amount of spending money.
And you're only getting her a pastry? Dude, cheap!
Lizzie held hers in both hands and began cheerfully nibbling on the end of it. She stared at him while she was doing it, but otherwise she looked ordinarily cute instead of scarily cute.
I just picture her eating it like a bunny.
That's what I thought too. Just nibbling on it like a carrot.
Oh, come on! Nom 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 nom. Nom nom nom. If somebody requests that as a soundbite, I'm blaming you.
Haha! I didn't know you could act so silly.
I don't hear you laugh very often. You usually look so sad, and that makes me sad too.
And like that, his good mood crumbled.
Oh, dude! You need more medicine.
I know what. I'm always ruining everything. I don't know why anyone stays near me when I just...
Shut the fuck up, John. No!
Lizzie took his pastry and stuffed it in his mouth to shut him up.
Okay, I can actually agree with her with that one. You're not depressing at all, John. Just being around you makes me feel warm inside. No, Lizzie. Wording.
Now eat your food, John! Eat it!
Now eat your food, John! I just want to see you smile more. When you smile, I feel like maybe everything will be alright. That's why you look mildly pissed off in that picture. Well, he's dead.
His attempt to talk around the pastry made Lizzie giggle, which made him laugh, which set off a vicious cycle.
Your friend's there?
I do have a friend here, yes.
Tell him hi.
Ben! What? They say hi. Well, that's fine. Screw you too. Love you. Anyway, so... After a fit of coughing, he had lost half his pastry, but regained his good mood.
Maybe he's not depressed at all, just really low blood sugar.
Maybe if he had a treat every once in a while, he'd be fine. Instead of this stupid medicine. Okay, what if this medicine is actually just sugar?
Oh, a sugar
He's
pill?
been injecting sugar, like, just taking sugar daily. That's all they're giving him.
Well, I mean, placebos are possible.
That would be interesting. It had been a long time since an emotional downturn hadn't sent him spiraling towards depression. Lizzie grinned at him. He smiled back at her.
Grinning means she probably looks really creepy. Why are you not putting it in? What you doing, puppy?
All at once, he felt guilty for trying to convince her to take medication. Who was he to tell her what to do?
Okay, she tried to kill you, dude.
Actually, killing this particular person, John, is probably the best possible outcome that Lizzie could have come to. Not saying that John deserves to die, but if it were anyone else, they would have begged for their life. John did not.
Well, I mean, John was willing to kill himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should do
matter.
Kato a shoujo at some point.
Oh, you know what? That might be a fun idea.
Oh, yeah. What's the point of this game? Trying to keep John from killing himself. Or us.
Well, trying to keep John from killing himself and trying to keep Lizzie from killing John and trying to keep Lizzie from killing Mrs. Smith, and overall it's Lizzie. She's the issue. Pretty good. Worse, he was manipulating her obsession like this? It was only to help her, but did that make it any better?
Yes!
The thoughts troubled him, but they remained in the back of his mind as they finished eating, talking lightly.
You sure it's not cocaine? Actually, that would explain her not going to sleep. Because you don't sleep on cocaine.
Can you imagine her sitting outside the window twitching every once in a while?
I wish somebody would animate that. That would be great.
You think she's crazy? She's just hyped up on cocaine.
She's a snow flame. We do this one. Okay.
But then they were finished. And it had been a while since the test. It was time to go back. Let's go get the results, okay?
Well, will John think differently about me? Only if we find too much cocaine.
No, I just want to help. I just want to find a way to help you, okay?
Okay.
She answered cheerfully, but something in the lightheartedness that had shared was gone. It wasn't coming back.
I'm sorry if everyone hears a squeaky in the background. She finally figured out where the squeaky is in her plushie.
The squeaky. Swallowing. John steeled himself and walked with her back to the pharmacy. Lizzie slowed near the entrance, then shuffled backward.
Where's my mouse? There it is. I'll stay here. You can bring me what I need, okay? What kind of fucking pharmacy is this?
Okay. No problem. She's not gonna... Oh,
She's
no.
gonna bolt.
I don't know if she's gonna bolt, but something's wrong. Inside, he found the pharmacist writing something on the clipboard. When he spotted John, he immediately frowned.
It's cocaine.
It's cocaine? You're alone? I suppose that's for the best anyway. We need to talk. There's something wrong? She's not sick, is she? It isn't that kind of test. It only takes a snapshot of a person's current condition. Your friend going through a difficult time right now?
Wait, what? A snapshot of a person's current condition. What? Okay.
I don't know. That's not how that works. Well, I mean, maybe a little. These are some extraordinary numbers. Most people only see those briefly during the worst days of their lives. Take care of her until things pass, alright?
What the hell was in the blood test?
Is it blood pressure? I mean, is that what they were doing? Did they just take a blood pressure test? You don't need a sample for that.
Yeah, it's like, if the white blood cell count is up, that just means she's a little sick. Unless it's what happened, the same thing that happened to with my blood test.
Okay.
This is so weird. I don't think the person that wrote this know what blood tests do.
There's something else I have to ask. It won't be comfortable, but it's necessary. Have you ever gotten any sense that she might hurt herself or anyone else?
Okay, there's no fucking way you can find that from a blood test.
What kind of blood tests are these people using?
Did you
what
do
is this?
A psychovalve?
So she's gonna hurt someone. We know that from the blood we took from her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How is that? That's no. The dog's looking at me. I'm not talking to you, baby.
In her blood, and we thought she might hurt people.
How does science work?
Thanks, Doc. No, I can't imagine her doing anything like that.
Oh, come on, John. You have the one chance to get rid of her.
And I'm totally not lying through my teeth, Doctor. The lie was out of my mouth before he had even consciously decided to lie. John regretted it immediately. Yet, now it was too late to contradict himself. The pharmacist grunted and looked over his papers.
I want to see this blood test now. This is going to bug me.
Well, keep a close eye on her. Even the gentlest person can be capable of violence under conditions like these.
What are her conditions? Holy shit. You are not a good pharmacist.
I get that they're trying to lay some groundwork for what's going on with the story, the plot, but this is kind of absurd.
Yeah, like, I could see if this is, like, some kind of magical world where they establish magic and shit is real. I'd probably give the blood thing for that, but they're establishing this in the real world and in the 90s. There is no way.
Is it really that bad? I thought she seemed better lately.
Does she have cancer? Lupus? Anything? You can tell those from the blood. To a point.
No, there must have been some recent trauma she hasn't told you about. I'm certain of it.
Okay, no, fuck this. He did a psych eval, didn't he?
To do a psych eval, don't you need to ask questions and...
I know, but there's no way I mean, if there's trauma...
They took a blood sample. You don't ask questions for blood. Well, I guess you kind of do.
You can find out
it's not the
information
same
of certain things from blood, especially the white blood cell count and stuff like that. I understand that. This makes no sense, unless he's a magic fortune teller that can tell it from the blood.
Maybe that's what he did. He took the blood and he divined it on a table with his spiritual magic. Turns out this is not any old pharmacist. It's actually a witch doctor.
See, now I'm mad we didn't get to see that scene.
It would have been infinitely more interesting than what we had to sit through. I mean, someone with numbers like these regularly, they would be completely incurable, insane, probably, and definitely a threat to society.
Hell, this is gonna drive me nuts, isn't it?
Incurable, insane, and definitely a threat to society. I'm glad you can tell that from a blood test. Alright.
Unless maybe she has, and I think blood tests can tell, like, I know syphilis causes insanity and stuff like that. That's about the only way I would give it to this game. But I don't think it even understands how blood works.
Here's the thing that really bugs me now. How did Lizzie know? How did she know not to go in there to be there for all this? How did she know that this was going to happen?
Because apparently she gets blood tests often.
Apparently.
The fact I'm actually looking up, can you tell syphilis from a blood test?
Yeah, I believe you can. But
yeah,
even then.
Yeah, you can to a point, yes.
But even if you did, like, this would be something that's like, oh, she'd be completely incurable, and we would have to find a way to treat her. Hopefully not by doing spinal cord injections. But, you know.
Well, I mean, that would make sense for the insanity, since syphilis usually ends up going to the brain and causing you to go nuts. But again, I'm calling bullshit on this game.
Well, there we are.
Somebody's going to give some massive explanation of something we have no idea about in blood. Perfect.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to imply anything. I'm sure she'll work through things and go back to normal soon.
Shouldn't you send her to an actual doctor if it's that serious?
Yeah, you would think. So, can you prescribe anything?
Just ask him to do a magic fucking spell, since obviously that's his specialty.
I need some spirit voodoo magic, witch doctor. I can give you 2 weeks of either Yanaquil or Nilazine.
Okay, for those asking, I'm not in the hotel anymore. Thankfully, I'm home, but we don't know how long, because there's like 3 more storms heading to Florida.
That should get over the rough patch.
Yep, just prescribe drugs even though you're a pharmacist and you technically can't.
Hey, but he can technically mix them. Just 2 weeks? Can you prescribe more?
Oh, that is true.
Not without much more extensive evaluation. But like I said, that's all you'll need. I'm sure she'll recover soon.
Oh no, from the way you made it sound, no. No. Dear.
I really should be asking her directly, but in her present condition, I think it'd be safer to bend the rules and let you act like a family member.
I just read a Twitch, and Die Hard says he pulled a Sherlock Holmes out of his ass.
It's elementary, my dear Waltz. So which one do you think will be best for her? Well, darn, we know the difference between the two. One completely gets rid of her emotions. So, I don't know how well that would do.
She'd stop taking that in an instant, I think.
Yeah, she'd want the warm fuzzies. Yandequil causes nausea, but I think that's the one for her.
Yeah, because it usually goes away after about a week or two anyway.
2 weeks of Yandequil coming up. Try to help her rest, okay?
Thanks, Sherlock.
Yeah. Okay. Heading outside, John handed the bag to Lizzie. And he had pushed pretty hard to get to this point, but he would never force her to take the medication.
One moment. Damn it, I'll be right back.
Uno momento. Well, I don't know, can you guys tell me how in the world we got to this point where Spirit Doctor Magic Voodoo is helping us to get the Yandere to feel better? No? Well, that's okay. I don't have a good explanation either. I'm more concerned at this point for John and Lindsay, for their relationship. Because if she does take the Yandequil, and she does end up getting better, if that does happen, then what if she decides she doesn't like John anymore? And then John gets more depressed and kills himself? Dang. Wouldn't that be a plot twist ending? Kinda. Not really. That's actually expected ending I have in this game. I fully expect someone to commit suicide. That John is on drugs, even. It's great. What is it? It's like proxit something. I don't know. But it's making him feel bad, worse than usual, and they're keeping him on it. So it's pretty great. I can't even imagine being depressed and then taking a drug and then feeling worse and then continue to take the drug just because the doctor told you to. You're clearly improving! Doctor, I want to kill myself. There's something wrong here. Oh yeah, no, the funny thing about Yandere Love, about sticking your penis in crazy, is that it will find you. You can't escape it. You can go to Puerto Rico if you want to. It will find a way to Puerto Rico. It will find your face and rearrange it back to the way it used to be. You can't do that. That's that's a bad move. Will tranquilizers stop crazy? I don't know. I mean, how many would you need? Enough to take down an elephant? 2 elephants?
I'm back. What did I miss?
Oh, I was just talking to the chat. We were having a nice conversation about suicide and drugs, and don't do drugs, kids.
And don't do suicide either.
His father had His father had used to talk like he didn't have a choice about depression medication.
Fuck English.
Yeah, forget that phrasing. Practically threatened to force feed him. John refused to do that to anyone else. But Lizzie didn't make an issue of it at all. Smiling at him, she opened the bag, took out one of the pills, and swallowed it without even taking a drink. She'd given the label a careful look, though. How big are these pills? This is like a horse pill, then, John might have a good one. Right here.
Stop trying to size her up.
Mm.
It's got your toys in it. It's got your snacks in it. Okay. I hope you can leave. Oh, whoops. I almost said I hope you can leave me now. I was gonna be like, wait, what? This wasn't a weird turn. Okay. I hope you can love me now, John.
Lizzie, no. No. I never meant anything like that. Please, don't.
That didn't taste bad at all. Can we go on our first date now? John, can we please? Damn it.
He wanted to go back to what she had said, reassure her that he meant nothing wrong by it, but his words stuck in his mouth. Maybe on some level he did divorce her. Maybe he was repeating everything that had been done to him. Maybe he was turning in to his father.
Either way.
But with Lizzie smiling at him like that, he couldn't fall too far into depression. Instead, John smiled back and gestured her to follow.
He's going to kill her himself.
Without any great ideas, John thought they should go to the park. Their town had a nice park. Pretty nice park. In fact, it was very nice.
Only
and
one.
It was usually empty this time of day. His friends always said that a movie was the best first date, but he suspected they mostly wanted to try to cop a feel. Besides, he was worried Lizzie might end up watching him instead of the movie.
She probably would have.
In the park, Lizzie happily skipped along the path, often looking back to him, but at least looking a lot at other things. As he watched, he realized that she was definitely more stable than usual. She stayed cheerful and sweet without any threats of violence.
Well, I mean, you're on a date with her. She's not going to threaten violence until afterwards.
Could it really be the Yandaquil? With him, the Paxatine had taken weeks to work, and whether or not it actually helped had been really unclear. Then again, Lizzie was her own case. Of course, it took more than medicine to cure a serious condition. He knew that all too well. As Mrs. Smith had said, therapy was also an important component of recovery. Hers had certainly helped him a lot. The third main component was a social support network, and there he completely failed to take her advice. He still spent most of his time alone or in meaningless old relationships.
Someone get this man a computer.
But hey, now he was walking in a park with a girl his age. Maybe things were looking up.
I mean, she was completely psycho, but hey, you got a girlfriend before any of your friends did.
And for once in his life, things went his way. Lizzie was happy to eat fast food for lunch and didn't even try to feed him any. Afterward, he was pretty much out of plans and Lizzie didn't want to stop. Fortunately, she was happy to drag him around town to see random things.
Okay, so you're a guy. Do you like when girls feed you?
No.
That is such a... I've seen that in so many stuff and I've never gotten why.
Well, some guys, not speaking from experience, but there are gentlemen out there who like a girl who can take charge. And if the girl can take charge and feed them, they see that as romantic and sexy. I personally don't understand it, but that's them.
Yeah, that seems kind of weird.
In a way, he was grateful for that. He had spent all his energy from making decisions during the morning. It was easy to just glide along in her wake. And that way, it was a good match. When the sun started setting, John was actually surprised. Had the day really passed by that quickly? He could barely drag himself through a lot of weekend. This was a welcome change.
And when he goes home, he'll have her looking at him all night. All night, John. Holy shit, is that John? With a girl? Look at, they all get the same voice for this one. They're all miserable.
Sure. Hey guys.
Is that the crazy chick you told me about? Oh, dude. You're so fucked.
Damn me.
You're so fucked. Oh yeah, that's definitely her. Are you that desperate, John? She's going to kill them. And they're gonna deserve it. Ooh. Given how much of a sad sack he's been lately, I'm pretty sure he is.
Do any of you have girlfriends?
Durr. Like durr.
Savage! Wrecked! John, you're savage.
Durr.
You guys talk so much crap. Just leave Lizzie out of it, okay?
They are kind of terrible. Oh, fuck you, John. If she wasn't crazy, you could never get a girl as cute as her. Wow. Why would you be friends with these dicks?
Because John is a savage. That's why.
She is pretty hot. I don't get why she's with you. Oh, she's gonna kill someone. Yeah, this really doesn't make any sense. Alright, so bets on how long until they're all dead.
I think it's interesting that we got to the point. At the beginning they were like, John, don't worry about her. She's crazy. You don't want her. And now they're like, man, she's too hot to be with you. How could you? How could this be happening?
Don't put your dick in crazy. Ah, John, are you gonna cry? Better not, or she'll realize how pathetic you are. Okay, these seriously do sound like female friends, because I've had female friends that shit talk like this. I don't think other guys would do this kind of shit to each other, would they?
No. If guys wanted to do anything mean to each other, it usually ends in fisticuffs.
I was gonna say, isn't like a rule for guys not to shit talk the girl?
Well, in America it is. Oh, where does this game take place? Different culture.
Don't think Japan would do this kind of thing.
I don't know. Japan's really big on their shaming. They like shaming people. His positive mood was completely gone. He knew he should check to see how Lizzie was taking the mocking, but it was the most he could do not to fall into the mire of self-hatred.
Oh, shut the fuck up, grow a pair of balls, and defend your woman. Again.
Again. As always, he felt like he should be stronger than this, less emotionally fragile. And that just added to his self-hatred.
You just burn them! Do it again! Oh god, people with depression suck!
Come on, John. If it had been anyone else, he might have crashed completely. But he knew these guys. He was at least familiar with their attitudes. John pulled himself together and faked a smile at them.
I can kind of understand them being so-called friends, because, you know, some groups will usually pick up that one person that they can just mock endlessly. Like, you know, certain people that we've been watching over the past 2 weeks. But,
yeah,
jeez, defend your fucking self. I will even defend her, and she's a nutter bar.
It's, interesting. Sounds like sour grapes to me.
No, it sounds like...
You all have fun with each other, okay? Come on, Lizzie. Let's get out of here.
It sounds like something you would say.
They scoffed, but he didn't care. They didn't have a girlfriend. Taking her hand, he walked as fast as he dared out of the alleyway.
Is he listening to what we're doing?
No. When they were a safe distance away, he finally glanced at Lizzie and shivered. Her eyes were staring intensely at nothing, and she was gnawing on one knuckle. Was there blood running down her finger?
She is gonna kill him. And I'm okay with this idea.
Abruptly, she squeezed his hand, and they then swept both of her hands under her back and smiled at him.
Wait, is Nutter Butter an actual candy bar?
Yes.
I did not know that. That was really sweet of you, John. You're so nice. I'm gonna kill them when you're not looking.
Well, don't let those guys bother you. They say a lot of stuff, but it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Is your finger okay? It looked like...
I'm okay, John. Don't worry. I'm going to kill them when you're not looking.
Well, should we just keep going?
Okay.
But they hadn't gotten far before John realized that he couldn't follow up on that. He had pulled himself together long enough to walk away, but now he had nothing left.
You just walked away with... Okay, there's depression and there's this motherfucker.
It was all too much. He wasn't usually outside and in public this much, and though being with Lizzie wasn't bad, he wasn't stable enough for this much interaction.
Okay. Nope, he's just autistic.
He can't put up with this, but he can put up going to school and getting humiliated there. Okay, yeah, now that's believable.
John, are you okay?
I'm tired. I think I need to go home.
John, grow a pair of balls.
Yes, ma'am.
Is something wrong? Did I do something wrong?
I could hear the tremor in her voice. Knew she needed affirmation, but the apathy was choking him to death. He had no energy for anyone else, no energy for anything, but getting back home, curling up, and wishing he was dead.
Someone, please, for the love of God, kill this man! Oh, I
Lizzie,
know
you hear that?
What?
I said, Lizzie, you hear that?
Lizzie, do it! I'm on break! Damn it, Lizzie. I understand there are people like this. I would smack him. Just smack him. Smack him and tell him to get over it. And I'm not making fun of people with depression either. I have family members that have depression, friends that have depression. They don't act like this, even their most depressed state.
Somehow, he said goodbye. Found the bus, and got all the way back home.
I think I obsessed over the wrong guy.
The events passed like he was suffocating in gauze. The world around him, too unreal to have any...
Someone hide his pills.
Maybe he should have reassured Lizzie, but it didn't matter. He was an idiot for thinking he could help her. Nothing he did mattered.